Hi everyone. I'm wanting to spend these next few minutes with you sharing the next step that I've taken to continue the process in deep cleaning my home. So by now you'll begin to realize that I have a lot more ambition for my life than my physical disability, and being organized and being able to develop a business plan where this grows and I'm able to reach more people is really important to me. Over the past few years, I've gained numerous office tools. Unfortunately, they began sitting on each other, and the supplies that are needed, like staples for a stapler or the binding combs for my binding machine. So I decided this week to focus on my office supplies and get them organized. There's a few steps involved in this. So the first is the practical of what is the final product going to look like? What's it going to be, and what's going to be used to hold the supplies that will have room enough for everything I own, that each will have its own place to go back to when I'm done using it. So I've decided on a series of 3 shelves and then labels on the shelf for what goes where, so that when I mail order new supplies in and when I'm done using the various tools, that's the spot it goes to, and it's a no-brainer. It's developing a system that's repeatable and that works for me in my day-to-day life. Now, for me personally, reaching up is easier than reaching down. The reason is because my legs are long, and although I can't walk far, I could stand up to reach for, let's say, envelopes where it hurts me because of my hips and knees to reach down. So I need to think through what is my highest priority item that I'm going to need, and then sort of the 100% will be here, and let's say the 80% is here, and the lowest priority, like the 20% item, is going to be down here. So I've worked out various labels on my shelves, and then some youth came over today and got the first 2 shelves loaded, and I'm extremely pleased with this progress. So what I want to suggest to you when you're working through your office items is thinking about what's going to work for you in the long term. I had originally purchased 2 shelves. I'm obviously going to need a third, and I'm willing to put out the money for this. There's 101 various containers you can buy of all different sizes and shapes that will work for what your needs are. So it's quite possible that you don't have multiple hole punchers and you don't have a binding machine. You may just have, a bunch of paper and some pens and pencils, so you won't need as elaborate of a system that I've developed. Take a look online, search for what other people are doing, then think through, is this practical for me or is it not? And if it's not practical for you, it's not the end of the world, because you'll find something that's gonna work for you. What I decided on was making the shelves 15 inches apart, and this would give the most versatility. Meaning, I have numerous office equipment that's tall. It may not be wide, but it's tall, and so I can put a shelf within the shelf in those other spaces to get the most use out of it, but there's still the room for the tall items like the handle on my binding machine. think through what you need, talk it over with friends, talk it over with family members, and then work out what the solution that's right for your needs is. I'll only share this with you. I spent the time and effort assembling the shelves myself. I had to do it several days spaced apart, and I had to go to bed for an extended period of time after assembling both shelves. But being able to look at this and the prep work that I was able to do myself, it makes it feel really good. And I know I've accomplished something big because the goals for my life are bigger than storing paper and bigger than having pens. It's about what I want for my life and what's important to me. I place a high value on relationships, and so having the ability to make cards and send letters to encourage people is really important to me. And being able to engage in a business model that lets me reach you and more people and share encouragement with you is really important to me. I just want to give you something to think about, and then you can work out what's right for you in and around your home office equipment. Thanks so much for this time that you've spent with me today. Bye for now.